What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with the analysis, reactions, breakdowns, and we're back in the Swiftyverse. This video, a lot of people talk to me about this video. Honestly, I have zero context. We're going to be checking out Look What You Made Me Do. I believe this is from her album, Reputation. But like I said, no context. I don't think I've heard the song either. But also, another interesting thing is that I just checked out who the director of this video is, and it's this man named Joseph Kahn. And I was looking at some of his work, and I came to realize that he's directed some of my favorite videos ever. Like, just to give you a quick rundown of what he's done. It doesn't really matter, but Janet Jackson, love that video. He's done Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang Clan. Absolutely love that video. Between Angels and Insects by Papa Roach, one of the videos that kind of like changed, I mean, my upbringing forever. Like, I remember watching that video, the roaches coming out of Jacoby's mouth, and I was like, one, how did they do that? Second, insane. Third, whatever this is, I love it. Let's see what else he directed. I mean, he did Hero by Enrique Iglesias. I could be your hero, be Motivation by Sum 41. Definitely one that kind of like changed everything for me. So, dude, I mean, you already have an idea. He did Always by Blink-182, my favorite band in the world. One of my favorite videos, period. So, I mean, I think that's more than enough of a curriculum to say that we are expecting big things from this video. I'm extremely excited. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Look What You Made Me Do. Taylor Swift, director, reacts, and analyzes. Let's go. Wow. I can already tell. Big things. All right. First little thing that I noticed. I mean, I can already tell this is going to be a big video, expensive. I'm already loving it. TS. We can already see the TS. I don't know what those are. Looks like rocks. Or are they? I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions. That's what I thought. Here lies Taylor Swift's reputation. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be like a cemetery of some sort, like Stoneheads.
I don't like your little games. Don't like your tilted stage. The role you made me play of the fool. No, I don't like you.
I had no idea what I was walking it. This is insane. I mean, if there's something you must know about, I freaking love Halloween. What? Thriller Part 2? What? Let me just run it back a little bit. Wow. That was sick.
I don't like your little game.
I love this shot when we get a little bit of a glimpse with the lightning. Super cool to kind of like see the full makeup. Super sick. Wow, that's a ton. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but prosthetics, which is what she's wearing, so that's her face, and on top of that, they add like silicone, kind of like prosthetics, and then obviously they smooth out everything, so it looks like a real face. That takes forever, like a long time. So really cool to see her kind of like putting herself through that. Big 3D environment. Also, this is something that kind of like surprises me a little bit, especially coming from the videos she directed herself, one, and second from like her latest kind of like filmography. Yeah, her latest videos. That she's someone that does a lot of like practical stuff and loves working on like a real set. There's a lot of composited elements here, meaning stuff that's from different sets, kind of like put together in the computer. Interesting to see, but I think it looks freaking cool. Wow, that's so sick.
The role you made.
I love her performance too. Like her acting, it's like very, very thriller coded, like very janky. Love it. It kind of like Hocus Pocus like that guy who has like his mouth sewn together on Hocus Pocus. Like his walk, it's like very janky. I love it.
Made me play the fool. No, I don't like you. I
That transition, it's so sweet. Clean, clean, clean transition. I love it. I love how they lined her up. Super sick. Okay, let's continue watching.
I don't like your perfect crime. How you laugh when you lie. You
Wow, that was cool.
said the gun was mine. Isn't cool. No, I don't like you.
Okay, I'm gonna break down this little section we just saw. I feel like that's a really interesting way of kind of like doing it. There's a lot of cool elements happening here. I love how they kind of like, so this is my guess, obviously didn't work on the video, have not seen if there's a BTS to this, but my guess it's that they probably like the mirrors or the windows are probably green screen. So what they did is they probably rolled it a few times, because you notice that when they start racking focus from one side to the other, we see her hand here. By the way, I don't know if this is like an Easter egg, but I love the snake ring. Love the acting. I think she looks phenomenal as well. And then when we do this little rack focus, I think this is a composited shot. So they probably, what they did is they filmed it a couple times, when one where she was kind of like just singing, and another one where she was doing like a different action. So it felt like her reflection was almost like a different person, right? So yeah, I thought that was sick. Also, I mean, not sure if this is something that it's kind of like part of Taylor's current aesthetic, but I feel like I had not seen it. The long nails, interesting. I think I had not seen her rocking those. But also kind of like the video starts with her on a graveyard, zombified. It says, "Here lies Taylor Swift." And then we see this performance here where she's looking a little mean. I don't know if this is giving like diss track vibes. Love it. Bang.
Was mine. You. I don't like your perfect crime. How you laugh when you lie. You said the gun was mine. Isn't cool. No, I don't like you. But I got smarter. I got
Oof.
harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, she's definitely dissing someone. I don't know, maybe an ex or maybe her ex manager or something, but it's definitely pointed towards someone. Yeah, she's essentially saying, "Hey, listen, there's a new sheriff in town, and that's me, and your name is first on my blacklist." So, quick breakdown of what we're looking at. By the way, it's one thing that I love about this, and I've mentioned this on some of her previous videos, it's the use of red. I feel like she uses that color a lot to kind of like lift herself up in big environments or in situations where there might be kind of like a lot of information. So always interesting to see. Love the snakes kind of like crawling to, or kind of like, yeah, like moving towards the throne. I can't seem to read what it says on the pillars here. Et brut. Brut? I don't even know what that means. It's probably something in Latin. Sure, I'm sure it's an Easter egg, so let me know in the comments what it is. She got harder in the nick of time. Another little detail, there's like, I mean, maybe this is part of like her Reputation era, but I feel like there's a lot of like snake imagery, reptile imagery. We saw it on the ring. We saw it with the snakes kind of like moving towards the throne. Then we're noticing her necklace. It's like a snake kind of like wrapped around her neck. I also noticed that in one of the following shots, um, more snakes. Notice how the motive of the heels, it's kind of like wrapping around her legs, almost like a snake. The throne has some snakes kind of like moving upwards as well. We see it on the lamp. Maybe she went through like a little something, and then this is kind of like her coming back 10 times stronger. But I feel like there's a lot of that imagery, kind of like reptiles shedding their skin and being born anew. You see more snakes here. Also, again, one more time, the brute wording here. We also see the changed color on the nails. I'm loving this so far. This is very much me coded, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, my logo is a snake. So I'm also Slytherin too. So love it. And I love her energy on this one. She's kind of like, listen, there's a new sheriff in town. This town ain't big enough for the both of us type of vibe. Love this little kind of like Alice in Wonderland coded kind of situation happening here with the tea. How the snakes are kind of like, obviously obeying their master, which in this case it's Tater, serving the tea. Really cool CGI. I mean, obviously CGI, but I think it looks great. So there's a heavy combination here of like practical sets and CGI elements, and obviously like CGI sets as well, kind of like extending the sets. Maybe this little, we see the throne, but maybe, I'm not sure, but if I had to guess, probably like the piece on the background was digitally created. So yeah, et tu brut. I have no idea what that means.
I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh.
She always has like specific cues to high points in the song. So I wanted to stop it here because we see kind of like the snakes kind of like coming out. We see that one of them drops the teapot. We see this Bugatti crashing into a light post. It's a street light. Yeah, it's a street light.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
So yeah, I feel like the song, it's kind of like a you had it coming kind of song. But again, I know this is kind of like an old video, but it's really interesting. I mean, seeing where she is now, going back to this and seeing where she was at the time, or specifically like aesthetically. So again, a lot of snake imagery here as well. We see the dress; it looks scaly, almost like a snake pattern. Same thing with the rings on her right hand. We see the Grammy right here. I had not noticed that. So I guess, yeah, this is a diss track to everyone who kind of like doubted her, probably. It's like, hey, listen, you say I can't sing, you say I can't win awards, you say I can't do this. I mean, maybe this is kind of like, maybe this is when the whole Kanye situation happened. It's like, oh, you don't think I deserve it? You think I'm not worthy of getting this award? I'm sorry, but, I'm going to have to go even harder and prove it to you even harder. And I think it's safe to say she's done it multiple times. But yeah, I just noticed the Grammy, the paparazzi. This is very like Gaga coded, by the way. That little kind of like haircut. TS, she crashed into her own store.
Look what you just made me do. I don't like your kingdom keys. They once belonged to me. You asked me for a place to sleep, locked me out, and threw a feast.
But I also noticed how she has like a snake tattoo, or like a snake fake tattoo right here on her leg. This specific section depicts that she felt like she was being locked in some sort of like golden cage, right? Almost like it's kind of, I mean, there's a saying in Latin America that says something like creció en una cuna de oro, like she was raised in like a golden crib, meaning like they locked her in pretending, that this was the best thing that could have happened to her, when in reality, it's not the case. Not sure what's the meaning behind I don't know if it's a mouse or I think it's a mouse, not a rat, but not sure what it means. But I think the whole like golden cage imagery probably refers to her being, you know, locked in a glass castle type of thing, glass prison.
The world moves on another day, another drama. But not for me, all I think about is karma. And then the world moves on, but one thing's for sure. Maybe I got mine, but you'll all get yours. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time.
This is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, guys. There's so much to break down here. So, okay, so she breaks into a bank.
The world moves on another day, another drama.
So she's obviously like claiming what's hers. I'm assuming, right?
Not for me, all
Blind for love.
I think about is
All she thinks about is karma. So you've got it coming, buddy. You got it coming. So she's right here with her click, kind of like breaking into save. This is one of my favorite ones so far. This looks so sick. I love her outfit too. All of their outfits, but she looks badass, bro. Love the cafe racer too. Yeah, this is my favorite outfit so far. Also, I mean, big rocker right here, but and then the world moves on, but one thing is for sure.
for sure.
I'm not a big fan of how the CGI came out on this one, but I get the point. It's like I think this what this communicates. It's that it's not even about the money. It's just to prove that I'm in the right and you're in the wrong.
Maybe I got mine, but you'll all get yours.
This is also giving kind of like the Bling Ring. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie by Sofia Coppola. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go watch it.
But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time.
I love how they're kind of like glazed with some sort of like plastic texture to make it look like they're robots. Super cool.
I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once.
This is super cool. Super well done too. Like I said, I'm assuming it's probably part of the makeup and probably part of whatever they were wearing, but that plasticky kind of like overcoat that they have makes them look like mannequins, and I find it super dope because it's also done super well.
Check it twice. Oh, look what you made
Holy.
me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. I don't trust nobody.
Okay, so one thing it's clear from this scene, she's claiming her place in the biz, right? She is the baddest bee in the biz. She's got everyone kind of like, behind her, but not in a way. I feel like it's not in a way where she's like, oh, sit down and listen. But it's like, oh, you think I'm not good enough? Hold my drink.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me
I love this set too. This was probably like a house or something, or maybe I don't think they built it, but they probably rented out a location that's kind of like that. And I love how all of her dancers, which, I mean, story-wise, I think they're playing her assistants. They all have like an I Love TS t-shirt.
do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me.
Let me see at that, the way she chopped the blade. That's kind of cool. Boom. Again, she's huge on having like specific cues. I always find it very interesting about her that her and all of her videos, whether she made them or not, they all have like very specific cues to very specific parts of the song, which lets you know that whenever they're writing something, they're writing it kind of like per beat. very similar to kind of like how ASAP Rocky works or how his team works, because when you look at his videos, like it's not, they're not repeating scenes, and if they're repeating scenes, they're repeating them on very specific parts of the video, which gives away the fact that they wrote it kind of like, okay, so when he says this line, he does this, so there's no replacing. So it's kind of like whatever you pitched, it's whatever video you're gonna get. But also the difficult part about that is that you don't have a lot of like wiggle room if something goes wrong. So you got to make sure it comes out right.
I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams.
I don't know if this is the case, but I feel like this haircut or this hairstyle that she's rocking here, it's the same one from the album cover. Maybe they shot it the same day they shot this, but I feel like it's a, or maybe that's what she was rocking at the time. But it looks very similar to kind of like that, the wet hair, kind of like curled up and back, kind of like how she has it here.
I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the
13.
actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and
That's so cool. So this is all her previous versions, huh? Wow, that's so cool. That is so cool. So yeah, this is all her previous versions from her previous music videos. And this is very much a, I'm leaving those behind and you're gonna face the new me. Evil me.
nobody and nobody
I, because that's exactly what it gives. It gives like she was on her like villain era.
trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams.
Dude, this must have taken so long to film. This is like days and days of filming, guys. Days of filming. Like, look at how many costumes she has to wear. Like, like at least 1, 2, 3,
Nobody and nobody trusts me.
4, 5.
The actress
So at least like 10 different tailors.
starring in your bad dreams. I'm sorry.
There we go. With this, yeah, she's like on her Slytherin era.
Sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now.
I'm telling you guys,
Why?
because the new one's here.
Cause she's dead. Look what you made me do.
That was so dope. Dude, literally what I said. She was kind of like standing over her past, being like, this is the new Taylor letting you know that whoever you were dealing with, she ain't here no more. You're dealing with the baddest bee in the biz.
Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do.
I like the curly hair.
Made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do.
That was sick. I love the explosion. Kaboom.
Look what you made me
That's sick. I'm again also not a huge fan of the set, but I love the whole snake situation happening.
Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
It's kind of like you tried to eliminate me and you ended up creating a monster, but a beautiful monster that's gonna, stomp over you and, show you who's boss. So you see, let's see how many versions of Taylor we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're talking about 15. Dude, this is like days, at least like 5 days of filming.
You guys!
Or like 3 at least.
Stop making that surprise face. It's so annoying.
Yeah, you can't possibly be that surprised all the time.
What's with that bitch? Don't call me that. Y'all, oh, stop acting like you're all nice. You are so fake. Oh, there she goes, playing the victim again. What are you doing?
So this is the this is the Kanye West situation, Taylor.
Fake. Oh, there's she's surprised all the time. What's right? You guys! Stop making that surprise face. It's so annoying. Yeah, you can't possibly be that surprised all the time. What's with that bitch? Don't call me that. Y'all, oh, stop acting like you're all nice. You are so fake. Oh, there she goes, playing the victim again. What are you doing? Getting receipts. You're gonna edit this later.
I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Dude, definitely not what I expected. Like, again, being someone that's kind of like been tracking back into her videos and discography, like everything related to her, it was kind of crazy just kind of like knowing where she's at the moment and kind of like going back and rewatching. This one specifically was this was wow. This is 8 years old. That's crazy. 1.5 billion views, guys. That's insane. But that's awesome, dude. I'm sure this made like huge headlines and like quite the buzz when it came out. But I mean, it was awesome to see, and it was really interesting to kind of like see her on a different kind of like film approach. And specifically coming from like this director, I feel like he's someone that's been doing this for like what 30, 40 years. So really interesting to see her on this like gigantic scale that's focused on a message more than in the lore. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but yes, that's kind of like my big takeaway. But that was fun. So yeah, guys, back on the Swiftyverse. I enjoyed this very much. If you guys have any other video you would want me to check out, that would be awesome. I would love to. I don't know if there's a BTS for this, but if there's a BTS, let me know in the comments if you would want to see it. But yeah, guys, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Gara. I'm a multidisciplinary artist here in LA. You can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Letterboxd. I have links to all of that in the description. Make sure you follow me, sub up, like up, drop a comment on your thoughts on this, and I would love to hear about you guys. Love you all. See you guys on the next one. Peace.